Candle making can be done in factories. Candle making can be done by machines. You don't need human hands to make candles anymore. But we don't do that here. We really try to embrace the history of candle making, the original science behind candle making, and the biggest thing is that we just make everything here by hand. Candles are 5,000 years old. Candles are so old. And in the 5,000 years of candle making, we're like in the bougie luxury era of candle making. We really try to exercise a little bit of sculpture in what we do. So we make some really neat molded candles. But when you make a candle that is cute, looks like waffles, nobody wants to light that candle. I've always loved candles, but I have asthma, so I've always really struggled with commercial candles. Most commercial candles, even if you're buying a soy candle, they only have to be 50% soy to be advertised as a soy candle. So who knows what the other half of that is. Typically, paraffin wax is the culprit. It is a petroleum byproduct, so when you burn it, you're burning chemicals into the air and then breathing them in. So airway irritants, all kinds of nasty stuff. So I thought I'll just go old school and I'll make it myself. I'll know exactly what's in it. And I like to laugh that I got a little carried away, but here we are. I really fell in love with the process, and I started, just doing markets. The level that Firedoll is at now was a total accident. I lost my jobs during the pandemic, like a lot of people did, and my life kind of pivoted. And this became more of a life-saving necessity. I started a website and got a little studio in the Lincoln building, which is just across the street, and just started doing curbside candles for the pandemic. But then I started to get shy knocks on my door. And, is there a candle store in here? And it's just where I make them. So it wasn't intended to turn into this, but the building manager stopped by one day and said, "Do you have a candle store in here?" And I'm like, "No, I swear I don't." And he offered me the first Firedoll location and said, "Do you want a candle store?" And I thought, you know what? Why not? We use natural materials here, so we really focus on clean candles. You can feel it when you come in here. I mean, it doesn't hit you the same way like a commercial candle place would. It's the difference between an MP3 and a vinyl record. There's a richness to the fragrances that we use here that is just different. The scent blending experience is really cool because we offer an opportunity to time travel, to travel around the world. Our olfactory sense is so connected to our memories that we can really play with nostalgia here. When I was a kid, there was a honeysuckle bush outside of my window at night in the summertime. That scent would come into the house, and it really kind of takes me back. And you can, visit a relative. I've had a relative that anytime I smell roses, I think of this relative. So you can go through and explore and just see what hits you. We have folks that come in here and smell cinnamon, and they're like, no. And others that are like, oh, give me that all day. So, that's the idea. You can come in here and you can just make something that is completely your own, that matches your personality. My favorite phrase that I hear in here all the time is, "Hey, smell my spoon." Because it's, people get to kind of share their creations with their neighbors. I always refer to this as an alternative gathering space because it is, it's not a bar, but we have a bar. It's not a music venue, but we have a stage. It's not just an art studio, but you can come make things here. And I think that, the pandemic changed us as a society, and I think that it made us really value being together more because we were isolated for so long, and humans just are not made for isolation like that. We're social creatures. That's why we expanded so quickly, was because that was the thing that people seemed to want the most, was a place to be together, a place to connect. And that's really the big idea, is that you come in here and you can kind of get a break from stresses, from everything going so fast. From a tiny itty bitty little office space across the street to this is, what a dream. So it's nice to just kind of sit sometimes in it and get to know it. because it's moved very quickly. So I'm still kind of getting to know this place, you know. I have a wonderful crew here, wonderful staff, and we are exploring all the time. We are, you know, kind of pushing the boundaries of what this place can do all the time. I think the big thing about being in downtown Champaign is that it's a neighborhood. It is a cool, hip, rad, fun neighborhood full of really cool, interesting people, cool, interesting stores. You know, I'm still the new kid on the block, you know, so I'm learning so much every day. And a lot of it is from my fellow small business owners downtown, you know. We show up in each other's shops all the time with questions and frustrations and celebrations and, you know, everything in between.